Kingfish trying to wiretap, chatting with phones ringing.
That shit called Rundown. That shit get me in my mood. That shit get me hype. You already know what time it is, man. But yeah, man, you know, I got Death of a Cloud Chaser here, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna introduce him right, you know what I mean? Me and him, as y'all know, for those of y'all who's familiar, we started off kind of shaky, you know what I mean? I thought he was the ops. I thought he was trying to, you know, not support the kid and shit like that. So, you know, y'all know the story and shit like that. And if I wasn't for me, you know, doing what I did and, you know, bitching and crying on the microphone and shit like that, I would never, you know, got to the Star interview. So I kind of owe him, you know, for that. You know, everything has for a reason and shit like that. But I want to introduce the person that's going to conduct this interview. My man, you already know what time it is. Death of a Clout Chaser TV, nigga.
Look at another one. You got to relax.
Yo, what up, bro? How we doing, man?
Yo, what's going on, bro?
Yeah, I can't. Loud, yo, you sound phenomenal. This shit sound good, bro. We good. What's poppin'?
Good, man. Yeah, man. Salute, man. Salute the chat, man. You know, this is definitely collaboration. What man, Mainedamilkman is doing today, and it's definitely dope. So with that being said, the way I'm gonna conduct the interview though is like if it's on my platform. You know what I mean?
Respect.
So with that being said, man, we're gonna start off like this, man. It's definitely Cloud Chaser TV, man. And we back up in this thing again, you dig? We got a special guest online, and it's Mainedamilkman. Mainedamilkman, could you introduce yourself and let them know where they can find you at?
You already know what time it is, man. We over here on Behind the Bar on YouTube, man. Behind the Bar on YouTube. It's not the spelled the normal way. I spelled it the ignorant way. Behind Dabar. Find me on YouTube at Behind the Bar. Also hit me up on Instagram at Mainedamilkman. Also spelled the ignorant way. D-A Milkman. D-A Milkman. M-A-I-N-E-D-A Milkman on Instagram. You already know what time it is. We lit.
Yo, so, you know, with that being said, man, we TV, we try to you know, ask questions made the other podcasts made a miss. And with that being said, man, we're gonna take it back, man. Who was Mainedamilkman, you know, growing up, man? I would say like 12, 13 years old.
Hey, yo, man, it's funny that you asked that question, man. I just posted up a picture on my Instagram at around that age, man. I was in 7th grade back in 1999, 2000, you know what I mean? And I was in 7th grade, and I was looking at the picture, and I was like, yo, at that age, yo, I can remember me being the class clown, bro. Always being the class clown and always trying to impress the girls with just me being a clown. You know what I'm saying? Like, always tried to make the girls laugh growing up and shit like that. That was my whole aura, you know what I mean? And it's a funny story. In that particular class picture, if you look on my Instagram, there was a particular young lady I was trying to impress. I'm trying to impress this girl. So I had a teacher in the 7th grade. He had a finger that was missing. He had 9 fingers, you know what I mean? I think he lost a finger in like some type of work incident back in the day and shit like that. So my dumb ass is I'm making fun of the teacher for having 9 fingers in the classroom and shit like that. But I'm really trying to impress the girl, because when I'm roasting my teacher, the girl's giggling, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, shit is lit. I'm starting to roast them. I'm roasting my teacher. Mind you, I'm a student roasting a grown-ass teacher, maybe. And he was a young teacher, too. He was like maybe 28, 29 years old. So the teacher chastised me and shit like that and told me, you know, for disrespecting him, either I could get suspended and go to the principal's office, or I stand in front of the whole classroom and apologize for, you know, disrespecting him and making fun of his lost finger. So I got up in front of the classroom because I'm trying to pretend to be cool and shit like that. But me back then, I was a very emotional, sensitive person. And as y'all probably could say now, I'm still the same type of emotional nigga right now. You know what I'm saying? But I went up in the classroom and I tried to be tough and be like, you know what I mean? Trying to say something, you know, all right, man, my bad. I'm sorry. I tried to keep it cool to the teacher and shit like that. And I looked up at the girl that I was trying to impress. And she had like a smirk on her face, like kind of like she was laughing at me for getting up there. So I was embarrassed. Long story short, man, I went in front of that class and I started crying, bro. Like I was of embarrassment, nigga. So ultimately, me trying to impress this girl ended up backfiring on me. I ended up being embarrassed from the girl, dog. So I went up there like, I'm sorry. I started crying, dog. That's the most embarrassing time in my life as far as in middle school, bro. So as far as to answer your question, man, I was definitely a class clown, but I could dish out the heat, but I couldn't take it, man. I definitely couldn't take it, bro.
Oh, dope, bro. So, like, with that being said, like, when you coming up, and, you know, we understand, like you said, you was a little shy, but you still managed to be the class clown. Now, with that being said, like, what type of obstacles did you know, so did you come across any obstacles being a class clown? Was it like, you know, like, as far as, you know, maybe bad grades, or, you know, how was it at home during this time?
You know what? I was never a student that came in with bad grades, but I was never one of those honor roll students either. You know what I'm saying? So if you ask to see my report card, you probably see A, B's, and C's and everything like that for the most part. But, you know, I never, you know, stood back a grade and none of that type of dumb shit. I was never the type of kid to skip class and all that type of dumb shit. Like, I was actually, even throughout high school, man, like, I would probably cut class maybe once or twice a year, you know what I'm saying? I was definitely the type of person that I always loved school, always went to school and shit like that. So I was never like a problem child growing up, man. I don't have one of those horror stories where it's like, yo, yeah, man, I got indulged and got caught up in the bullshit as far as peer pressure with teenagers and all that other dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, for the most part, man, my childhood was good, man. I grew up with both my parents and shit like that, you know what I mean? So I have a relationship with my mom and my dad, you know, to this day, you know what I'm saying? So I don't have one of those horror stories and shit like that, you know what I mean?
Dope. So, like, you know, growing up, you know, plenty of people talk about OGs they have during that time frame. You definitely said you had your father at home. I'm pretty sure he's one of your OGs. But before we even get to him, was it anybody outside of your home that was possibly your OG who you could, you know what I'm saying, you want to shine some light on?
Well, you know, I was one of 9 children, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I definitely had a whole bunch of brothers and sisters and shit like that growing up and all that. And I am the third as far as age is concerned. So I'm the third oldest. So I got 2 other older brothers, and then I got 2 other younger brothers underneath me. No, I got 3 other younger brothers underneath me, and then I have 3 younger sisters underneath me, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely grew up inside of a house, you know, full of love and full of you know, joy. So my OGs, I would probably consider my older brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I ever had a problem with anything in school, anybody bullying me or whatever the situation is, I always had big brothers to run to and shit like that to hold me down and shit like that. Because as you know, I'm a class clown. So I roast niggas ever since I was a little boy. As long as I can remember, I roast people, you know what I'm saying? So that's not far-fetched of who I am today. So when I roast people, some people get sensitive and shit like that, you know what I mean? So I remember this one particular incident, man. I was roasting this kid all day in class. So he told me after school, it's on and popping, you know what I'm saying? But I got 2 older brothers. So we walking home from school and shit like that, or me and all my, you know, all my family. But my older brother was in a different school. But he used to meet us every once in a while. He used to meet us to, you know, help walk us home and shit like that, because his school wasn't too far from ours. So as me and this other guy that I was shitting on all day in school, we about to sit back and square up and fight and all that type of shit. And I'm ready. Like, I'm not gonna run. I've never been scared. I've never been scared my whole life to fight. You know what I mean? But this guy was way bigger than me. So as me and this guy squaring up, and mind you, I got 3 younger sisters that's with me too, so they can't really do nothing. They're little girls, and my other 2 brothers didn't go to that other school, my other 2 younger brothers. Long story short, as me and this guy's about to fight, we square up. And my older brother, shout out to Dre, came out of nowhere. I did not expect him to come. He came out of nowhere and slapped the shit out that nigga for me. So I had to have my hands dirty. My older brother didn't even have to wash him. My older brother is 2 years older than me. He didn't have to wash him. He slapped him one time and said, "Nigga, if you ever put your hands on my brother, we will fuck you up, bro." So that was what I had to go through in my life. But I was cool, man. I was cool. I got a message just now. Somebody said that they can't hear us very well. So let me see if I can adjust the volume real quick. I want to make sure this interview is done properly. I think there's a way for me to adjust it inside of Zoom. Let me see something real quick, bro. I want this interview to go real perfect. Hold on. There's an audio option right here. Hold on. Audio. You know, okay, I can turn up your audio just a little bit more, and I'm gonna turn up my mic a little bit more, just to make sure people can hear us. All right, I think we're good. That's the max right there. All right, so whoever can't hear us, you know, it's probably low for some people, but it's at the max right now. So after this, I'll figure it out and tweak it out. But my fault. Go ahead, bro.
So, with that being said, man, now we going into, you becoming an adult. Did you get the Milkman name before you became an adult, or was it out there?
Nah, man, I got that Milkman name like 7 years ago, man. A lot of y'all that don't know, I drive trucks for a living, man. You know what I'm saying? So you already know. Shout out to all the truck drivers out there getting that bread and shit like that. You already know what time it is. But yeah, I drive 18-wheelers. I used to work for this company, delivering milk. So a lot of y'all know the story, you know what I mean? I'll probably post a video little bit later on my Instagram just to remind y'all where I got the name from. But I flipped the 18-wheeler, man. I literally flipped the 18-wheeler at my job, and it was full of milk, you know what I mean? And it's my first 2 weeks on the job. So I'm like, damn, what the fuck, man? I'm like, yo, I'm fired. They about to fire my ass, man. At the time, man, my son was just born. I got a fresh baby at home. I just got married a year ago and shit like that. And me and my wife trying to hold down the fort, trying to hold down an apartment and shit like that. So I'm like, damn, I can't afford to lose this job and shit like that. Long story short, when I flipped the truck, it wasn't my fault because, long story short, I dropped the trailer on the street that was just paved maybe a couple days prior, so it wasn't completely finished hardening up. So I dropped the trailer, and when I went to get the other trailer, I come back, I see my other trailer sinking inside the blacktop on the street. All I did was pull my fucking camera out and started recording, man. I'm like, there's nothing I can do about it, man. This shit about to tilt in like 30 seconds. So long story short, I recorded the whole scene going on, the trailer tipped over and shit like that, milk all over the fucking place. I'm sitting here stressing out, worried, like, damn, they about to fire me. Long story short, just because I recorded everything and they seen it wasn't my fault, I never got fired. So one of my coworkers said to me, like, yo, you spilled all that milk all over the street, you damaged the trailer, all that, over $100,000 worth of milk and shit like that. He was like, you didn't get fired? I said, nah. He said, you know what, man, you Mainedamilkman, right? So Instagram just came out, and I was thinking of a name, like, yo, I need to think of a name for my Instagram page. And I said, you know what? Everybody at the job started calling me Mainedamilkman. So I made my Instagram Mainedamilkman, and there's history after that. There's no crazy. That's it, Mainedamilkman. That's it. I used to be a milkman, period.
Dope. So, moving forward, now you're starting to get into the entertainment. You like you said, you created the Instagram, and you started to post videos, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, I used to try to be an Instagram comedian, man. Like I used to do skits with my family, my wife and my kids. I used to do some crazy funny skits, doing family thing. All my skits was PG-13, and I've been trying to, get on, quote unquote, on for like 6 years now. You know what I mean? Like, if you go back on my Instagram, like, you will see skits of me and my wife and my son at the time. My daughter wasn't born, and at the time, Instagram had the 15-minute skits, 15 seconds. I'm sorry, 15-second skits, 15-second skits, 15-second skits. So I'm sitting here trying to, get my name out there, and it was working for a while. You know what I mean? I was getting followers and shit like that. Followers coming in like shit, and I had an attitude back then. My attitude was F everybody. I don't need nobody. I could do this on my own. You know what I mean? So I didn't build any bridges with anybody. I didn't establish no relationships. Long story short, man, I feel as though I kind of got like blackballed in a sense because I used to come at other Instagram comedians and diss them. You know what I mean? And they people used to come at me if I dissed them. They used to come for me and shit like that. They used to like flag my Instagram and all types of shit, man. So at the end of the day, I noticed like the analytics and everything on my Instagram, the likes stopped coming in and the views start coming in and shit like that. So I kind of shot myself in the foot back in the day, but just by thinking I could go against everybody and not suffer the consequence. So I had to slow down and shit like that. But that's how I started off, man, trying to do Instagram skits and shit like that.
Dope. So, did you, we see that you have a relationship with Queenzflip as well as Star in the Morning. Did them relationships come at the same time or one before the other?
I've been watching Star since 1999 on the Beat Suite on MTV. You know what I mean? So around that time, it's funny you ask. Remember, 1999 was when I was in 7th grade and shit like that. And, that's where, around that age is when I started watching Star, you know what I mean? And so watch him on Hot 97 and shit like that. And, listen to a lot of the shit that he do. But I watched him back on YouTube again, because I'm in Philly right now. He used to be on a radio station called 103 The Beat. I used to listen to him a lot. And then I haven't seen him for a couple of years until he went back with Live and Direct with DJ Alias. But I never met him before until then. The first time I met Star was at the Tyrone versus Big Brody. Remember Tyrone, Big Brody going on at each other on Instagram and shit like that? They looking for each other. You remember that shit?
Right, yep.
So they had a boxing match in Philadelphia, you know what I mean? Tyrone versus Big Brody and shit like that. And I remember Star saying he was going to be there, but I didn't go there for Star. I went there to watch the fight, you know what I mean? That was a whole, even though I know the whole thing was a gimmick for them people, I just still thought it was entertaining and shit like that. And that's the first time I actually met Star and shook hands with him and shit like that, you know what I mean? And he remembered me ever since then. And I've been a frequent donator to Star and stuff like that. And, I support him, And then I met him again at his arm wrestling event that he did a couple of years ago back in Jersey, you know what I mean? And we shook hands again there. We did a couple of business things. He promoted a business that I once had a few years ago and all that type of shit. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, Star is a great supporter, man. And, and as you know, I got the interview with him because of the issue that you and I had and shit like that. Because Star also watches Behind the Bar. So salute to Star, you know what I mean? The Star Report on YouTube. And he was like, man, I'll interview you. I don't know why I never interviewed you because you've been a supporter of me for many years. You know what I mean? And then that interview happened, and it was cool. As far as Queenzflip is concerned, I never heard of Queenzflip before. The first time I heard about Queenzflip is when Star in the Morning stopped, and Shampoo and Lansky and everybody went over to the Callers. I'm like, what is the Callers? I never heard of the Callers before. So that's how I found out about Queenzflip. And as you guys know, I used to be a huge supporter of Shampoo, man. I used to do skits with Shampoo, sayings and shit like that and all the type of shit. I was a huge supporter of him. You know what I mean? Come to find out, I supported him, but he didn't support me. He basically kind of shunned me off. Like, he would respect the fact that I used to do the skits with him, but he didn't kind of want to give me the time of the day. You know what I mean? He did give me an interview one time. I'm not going to sit back and pretend like he never did anything for me because he gave me an interview over the phone one time. That was cool. But we fell out. And I think we fell out mostly because at the time he was trying to impress Queenzflip, show his loyalty to Queenzflip. And this is just my perspective, right? So as me, I inquired to be on the show at Shampoo. And he kind of curved me because I had his number. We was chopping it up and stuff like that on the phone and all this other shit, blah, 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 blah. So long story short, Shampoo was basically like, man, fuck out of here. I don't need you on my show. You have no talent. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. But at that particular episode, Queenzflip came on the microphone and was like, man, what makes you think you come on my show, man? I don't know you, nigga. You can't come on my show, nigga. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? And I would never forget that. He said, I don't know you. Space Ghost don't know you. What makes you think you could come on my show? And I said, and that stuck in my head. I said, all right. I said, you don't know me now, to myself. I said, you don't know me now, but you're going to get to know me. You know what I mean? But during that argument, I remember specifically Shampoo in that video. He said, man, fuck Mainedamilkman. I said, oh, my God. This nigga I've been supporting for such a long time is just shitting on me like that. You know what I mean? And I made it a promise to myself. I said, all right, these niggas gonna get to know me whether they like it or not. You know what I mean? And couple of years later, here I am doing my own thing on Behind the Bar, and pretty much doing it on my own for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Like these, that Shampoo tried to kind of like discourage me from doing my own podcast. As you know, they have a saying called the struggling podcast. You guys would never amount to nothing. You would never be a radio broadcaster. You trash. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning, and I'm still learning to this day, to make my quote unquote platform, my brand, a real a threat. So I kind of went at the situation where I said, you know what? Whoever don't support me, I'm shitting on them. Whoever diss me, I'm shitting on them. So I came for people's necks. In the art of war, they say, crush your enemy completely. And I'm quoting this kind of wrong, but basically crush your enemy until they're completely obliterated, until they're completely destroyed. And I made that, I made it a promise to myself and say, all right, it's war. It's war. I'm going to come for your neck. It's chestnut checkers out here. So ultimately, those people that call me a struggling podcast is now afraid of the struggling podcast. There's literally people out there that was trying to shut me down, flag my channel, sue me. You know what I'm saying? All types of things to try to get Behind the Bar the fuck up out of here. I said, all right. So I played chess with them people. So those same people that tried to shit on me and call me a struggling podcast, they're now struggling podcasts. Only reason why they were shining is because they was on a platform that had over 100,000 subscribers. Now them, without that particular machine behind them, supporting them, where are they? They're done. They're finished. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know the names. I say the names. I'm not afraid to say names. Lansky show is damn near done. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did a show yesterday, but it was trash. The whole time he was complaining about somebody who made a backup channel against him and shit like that and all this types of stuff. And I'm gonna make an announcement right now, y'all. And I'm glad you asked me that question, bro.
Hold on, before you make that announcement, let me say this. Like, so going into the Lansky, like going into the Queenzflip, platform, and now you start to make a name for yourself, and you start covering some of the guys that's on the callers. What actually happened? Like, was it you initiate? Did you initiate some type of like brotherlyhood towards them guys at first, or did they, like how was it?
You know what's funny? My first episode of Queenzflip After Show, it was an after show explaining the debacle that happened between me and Shampoo, right? Him saying, F Mainedamilkman, and Queenzflip was calling me the F word. You know what I mean? The F word, as you know, rhymes with maggot. You know what I mean? So he was disrespecting me. So I just made a vlog. It wasn't called the Queenzflip After Show. It was just a vlog. And I was basically telling my side of the story. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. And at that, and the moment that got me recognition, the one thing that I said that got under Queenzflip's skin, and I came at his nephew, you know what I mean? Or his uncle, I think it's his nephew, Smooth. I said something very inappropriate about Smooth. You know what I mean? And I apologize for that later because I think Smooth is I think he was like 16 at the time. So I said something inappropriate, and that's the only thing that resonated with Flip. You know what I mean? And then that's when they was like, oh man, you over there calling this young man this blah 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 blah, calling him the F word and all this other stuff, and and the only reason why I said it because they used that derogatory term towards me. I said, how you gonna call me the F word? Then I said, look at your nephew. You know what I mean? And that's when all hell broke loose. They got mad, and that's when Shampoo started coming for my kids. And I guess it's all fair in love and war. You know what I mean? I came at Smooth, 16. They came at my kids at the time. It was like 5 and 3. You know what I'm saying? And I got to take that L. I'm not going to sit back and make excuses for it because I came back and I started that because I let a cannon off. So anyways, long story short, by me doing that kind of made me somewhat a factor, made me somewhat relevant. So that video brought in about 300 subscribers when I started, exposing and shitting on them like that. People started subscribing. So that's my first thing. And when I noticed that I got subscribers off of that, it gave me an idea. I said, yo, damn, people interested in what I have to say about what's going on and voicing my opinion. So as you know, the callers back in 2018, 2019, it was lit. The callers was lit, dog. Every episode on the callers was something that you couldn't believe. It was something out of a freaking movie. Like, I used to think it was scripted because I'm like, yo, these people are crazy. So I decided to start blogging on the callers. Anything I seen, any type of controversy, any type of drama, I would just cover it. And then I came up with this saying. I didn't make up the saying, but I started saying, look at this, look at that. I'm gonna post the receipts. Look at this guy. Look how crazy this guy is. Look what J.O.'s doing. Look what Georgie's doing. Look at what Sexy State's doing. Look at what whoever's doing on the platform. I thought the show was interesting that I started covering it. And I noticed when I did the Queenzflip after show, I started getting more and more subscribers. So I started milking it. Like, you know what? Fuck it. This is what the people want. This is what the people gonna get. And long story short, you know what I mean? Me doing the Queenzflip after show started up a lot of controversy. They started noticing me on the internet and seeing that I'm shitting on all these people, shitting on Bubbles, just shitting on everybody like no hold bar. I'm disrespecting these people like crazy, but I'm bringing the facts. So by me bringing the facts and showing the proof, only thing they can say to me is that I'm an asshole. They can never say that I was fabricating the story or lying. And long story short, Queenzflip and then brought me over 1,000 subscribers, and here we are today. So most of my subscribers, most of the people that support me, found me, via blacking out on everybody on Queenzflip show.
So like when it comes to you not having you seen that situation with you interview Lansky as girlfriend, and we seen some of the content you posted, and sometimes people might say that it's going too far. Now, with that being said, like as far as you going too far, is it because of some of the names in the beginning or them calling out your kids in the beginning that made you go that far?
Yeah, I felt as though I had something to prove. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, you know what? Fuck it. Like I just told you, the art of war. You know what I mean? I'm going to show these people what time it is. I'm going to be a factor out here. I'm going to make these people afraid of me. You know what I mean? And that ultimately end up winning. I end up winning. Whoever want to say otherwise, they can say otherwise. But as far as the battle between them two, I won. Anytime you come to a point where you're talking about, all right, because they went far with me too. I got video of Lansky disrespecting my wife, calling my wife ugly and my kids ugly. I got evidence, proof of Lansky telling me to suck his, everything. You know what I mean? So if I went too far, they went too far. We both went too far at the end of the day. But I don't care. I'm at the point where it's chess, not checkers.
Never.
I'm going to destroy you and make an example out of you to make sure anybody that comes against Mainedamilkman, I'm going to shit on them. I'm going to expose them. And that's where I started doing the blackout episodes. Blackout episodes that I do on Behind the Bar is the concept of I literally find my victim and try my best to find a way to completely embarrass them on the internet. I literally embarrassed so many people on the internet to the point where I got people even afraid to even respond. I got people afraid to respond. I mean, the list goes on and on from Ruckus Radio. I shitted on him and exposed him so bad to the point where he's afraid to even say my name. I got to the point where Miss Playful was a bitch online, an old grumpy bitch online that shits on everybody. But she refuses to come on behind the bar, respond to me, Mainedamilkman, because she know that this nigga is crazy. You know what I mean? We got Kingfish scared to come on behind the bar because he knows for a fact that if he ever comes on behind the bar and I interview him, the questions that I'm going to have for him is going to be so deep. The contradictions that I'm going to expose on him is so deep that Kingfish refuses to go on behind the bar. Like, Kingfish don't mind going on Death of a Clout Chaser TV and do an interview. Kingfish not afraid to go on Dana's show and talk on Dana stuff, and whoever show, Kingfish has been on over a dozen shows. But on Behind the Bar, that's a nigga he don't want to fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. And I said this, I blacked out on a scheme team. I blacked out on just so many people to the point where I'm a threat. And people really, in my opinion, don't want the smoke. Bullet Scotty, your man Bullet Scotty came for me. I blacked out on him. You know what I mean? Anybody could get it on behind the bar. I'm not afraid to talk shit about anybody. You know what I mean? And it is what it is.
Definitely understand that. And like,
Yo, by the way, yo, you're doing a great job, man. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, man. I mean, you're doing a great job, man. I'm enjoying this interview, but go ahead, my fault.
Yes,
no, salute, man. So like going into, now Maine has made a name for himself, and like what's going forward? Like, are you going to still cover these same dudes, or
Good question. And it's funny because I was watching Lansky's show yesterday, right? Lansky's show, Shampoo won't even go on Lansky's show anymore. You know what I mean? Shampoo didn't mind driving, paying the tolls in New York, the bridges and all the tunnels to get inside the New York City from where he live at, and supporting Queenzflip and doing a show over there for absolutely free. Didn't get paid a dime to do the shows. But it seems to me that Shampoo is not even supporting Lansky anymore. Somebody called up to Lansky's show yesterday and was like, yo, why Shampoo haven't been on your show yet? And Lansky's excuse was like, oh, Shampoo is busy because he don't drive at night. He said he don't drive at night. That has to be the most ridiculous excuse in the world, saying he doesn't drive at night, because as y'all know, Ask Shampoo was a show that was conducted at 9 p.m. at night. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Psych L for the donation, man. Psych L, first and foremost, I gotta pay respect to the donations and shit like that. He donated to me like 15 minutes ago. So Psych L, I heard you. Psych L was on and excuse me, Death of a Cloud Chaser, 1 second. Psych L was on the Star Show just now, shitting on the Mexicans. I heard you, Psych L, shitting on the Mexicans. Benefit award, depopulation, cutting up the dope wrong and all types of shit. So salute to Psych L for that donation. I was listening to you on the Star Show, nigga. Salute. Drive safely. But as far as 2020 is concerned, bro, like, we on to bigger and better things on Behind the Bar. We are. You know what I mean? I been doing content for this year, had nothing to do with them. You know what I mean? And if you're a Lansky supporter, man, just pray for Lansky, man. That's all I got to say about that situation. You know what I mean? Currently, Lansky has a case against him right now. Lansky has a case against him right now. He's doing court next week with his ex-girlfriend. That's all I'm going to say. He's doing court next week with his ex-girlfriend. And I might be able to help Lansky out. You know what I'm saying? I might be able to help him out. I might be able to talk to Nala. Me and Nala have a cool rapport. Behind the scenes, we talk, we speak. You know what I'm saying? And I feel as though I could probably help Lansky. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think Lansky will take my offer. And I'm gonna say that. I say that to say this, man. I have the opportunity to talk to Nala and maybe try to talk her into dropping the case. But Lansky has to have the conversation with me first. You know what I'm saying? Lansky has to have the conversation with me at first, because according to Nala, he's reaching out to her trying to apologize and all this other stuff and saying he's sorry, blah, blah, blah. But Nala don't want to hear it. I might be able to talk her out of, pressing charges against Lansky, because this shit is serious. Like, your boy, Lansky might have to do, depending on the case, he might get in some real big trouble. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to get into too much details about what the case is about with Nala, but just know he's doing court in the next couple of weeks. And if you're a Lansky supporter, tell Lansky to reach out to me, and I might be able to help him. I'm not going to make no promises, but I might be able to help Lansky, because they came to his house, they served him the papers, and Lansky is in some big, deep shit right now. He will always tell y'all subliminally that he's going through some shit. He's depressed and all that type of shit. What's going on with his life. But Lansky, man, holla at me, man. That's all I'm going to say, man. The invitation is open. Talk to me. You can even talk to me behind the scenes, and we can work something out. Maybe I could probably talk to Nala. But it is what it is. But go ahead, bro. My fault.
Yeah, so, like, with that being said, like, do you, like, if Lansky reached out to you right now, or if Kingfish reached out to you and they wanted to, do something like sort of the interrogation room type of setup, would you be up for it?
Yo, I'm not scared of anything, right? I'm not scared of anything. So, yeah, absolutely. If Kingfish wanted to, come on Behind the Bar and chop it up, or have some type of debate or whatever, some type of discussion, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? But that's never going to happen. According to Kingfish, he wants $1,000. Like, who is he for $1,000? Who is a Kingfish for me to pay $1,000 to come on Behind the Bar or do any type of business with? Y'all would look at me like I'm crazy. Just keep it real, Death of a Cloud Chaser. If you heard I paid Kingfish $1,000 for an interview, what would you think of me?
Well, I hope it's a business move. You know what I mean? I did an interview with Kingfish, and during that time frame, he had about 80 million views up. He said it, but I only probably received maybe 10,000 of those views. But if you did pay for something like that and say it yielded 1 million views and say maybe 10,000 subscribers, that $1,000 I would think would be worth it.
Absolutely.
So, it's definitely it's a situation when people talk that type of money, it's definitely have to be some sort of marketing plan behind it, and you know what I mean, so everybody can benefit.
Right. And I don't think I could benefit off of a Kingfish interview. He's not a celebrity in my eyes. You know what I mean? Salute to Kazi for the donation. I appreciate that. Thank y'all for donating. I appreciate everybody who's donating. Salute. Yep. But yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah. So, by the way, hold on. If anybody want to call up, and ask either me or Death of a Clout Chaser any questions pertaining to Behind the Bar, what we're doing next, or if you have questions for even Death of a Clout Chaser, what he got going on, the phone lines is definitely open. Let me put the phone number in the live stream right now in the live chat. If anybody want to chop it up with me or Death of a Clout Chaser during this interview, but salute. Go ahead. My fault, bro. I cut you off.
No, definitely dope. Y'all go ahead and call up right now, so we can get some of your input and maybe some questions we might have missed that you've been a follower or subscriber or a fan, whatever you want to be called. You'll probably have a little bit more insight. That's why we got the phone lines open. So please give us a call and ask that question that you've been looking to get answered for a while, man.
Right. So let me ask you a question, bro. I know this is my interview, you interviewing me, but how did you discover me, Mainedamilkman, or Behind the Bar?
I believe it was probably from. It had to be something that Queenzflip did. Oh, you know what? It was during the time when I guess was it you in regards to exposing something like.
I probably did say some shit like that. Yeah, but I
said that he was a cheater, and I was like, I heard Queenzflip respond to it, so it ended up making me go to look it up, and I think that's how I found you.
Answer this phone call, Death of a Clout Chaser, 347. Answer the phone call. Just shout him out. Just say 347. Go ahead.
347. Shout out. Talk to us.
Hello? Yo.
Yes, sir. We can hear you, boss. What's going on, man?
Yo, what up, man? This is Willie.
Willie B, who the fuck are you? My nigga, what's poppin'?
What's good? What's the topic today?
Nah, he's interviewing me, man. So if you have any questions for, any up-to-date news that what you want to know about what's going on with Behind the Bar for 2020 or whatever the situation is, you know what I mean? Right now, he's conducting an interview. That's pretty much it. With no specific topic, bro.
Yo, what was going on with Prezi the other day?
Talk to me. What happened?
I missed it.
What happened? He went MIA for a minute. He went MIA for a minute. He wasn't answering his phone call. None of that type of shit. I didn't know what was going on. If he wanted to still do the short film, I didn't know what was going on. And then he got back to me like 5 days later, and then we chopped it up. And it sounded like he's still down to do make some shit happen. You know what I mean?
Or Dev, what you think about Prezi?
Like far as presence, like far as his music or as an entertainer,
anything, like you know what I'm saying, like who he is, the type of character, any improvements you think he can make.
I think he got it on spot on exactly what he wants to be, which is great. A lot of artists be trying to find themselves during the beginning, so I think he pretty much know what he wants to do with his art. I think that maybe some of the names he uses in the content, maybe he can change them up and make them mainstream names. Like maybe he was talking about Cardi B or, you know what I mean? Or somebody like mainstream you picked up.
You think you're ready for that kind of smoke?
Because
you saying some big names.
Well, I would assume he won't smoke if he, you know what I mean, moving the way he move.
Do you think that's necessary nowadays for artists to get to that status, is to go for the big dogs?
Yeah, it
could
be a fail and a win at the same time.
Okay.
It seemed like one thing I do pay attention to, he do say some things that, kind of could be considered factual. So if he just keeps that up and just say only factual things, he'll be somebody they'll be looking like, wow, hope he don't talk about me. You know what I mean?
Good point. Yo, Willie B, hey, Willie B, I got a question for you, bro.
Yeah, man.
I like your music. I support you 100%. I fuck with damn near every music you said to me. I like it, but there's a lot of people hating on you, in the comments and shit like that, saying your music trash. What you have to say about those haters and shit like that? What's your thoughts?
I mean, for those people, this is only the beginning. I mean, be honest with y'all, all this music y'all hearing is old. You know what I'm saying? Like I been did it about 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I just kept with it and kept working on it and kept making sure that, people hear it so I could get feedback. But as far as like any new music or anything that you think is 2019 or we out of 2019, but anything that's coming in 2020, you gotta wait to hear it. I mean, I sent Maine a record. I mean, I know Maine's very busy. He's a very busy man, but I sent you a record called Party. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you want to play that.
Yo, I don't remember getting that, bro. I don't remember getting that. I gotta look. My emails is like my inbox is full with a whole bunch of junk mail. Send it again. No. Send it again. I didn't get it, bro. You got my personal number. Hey, yo, you got my personal number. Just hit me up. Like, I didn't get it. I promise you, I didn't get it. Just send it again. Just hit me up or text me. Let me know what's going on. I didn't get Party.
Yeah. No problem. I mean. For the haters, I mean, I only got this to say. I mean, this next record I'm gonna send to Maine. I put my work in on it. I apologize if the other music that I had wasn't up to your
No, never apologize for your art, bro. Wait, hold on, bro. Never apologize for your art.
Hear me out, man. Hear me out, though. Because I know that when it comes to this music business, the customer is always number one. You can't do nothing without the customer. You know what I'm saying? So I would never put myself in a position like how, you're supposed to keep your opinion, you're supposed to keep your own attitude about yourself. But pride is one thing that people don't wear most. They try to tuck it away, or they try to put it in their bag, or they try to put it in their wherever they got it. You know what I'm saying? So me as a person, if I hear somebody say my shit is trash, I love it. Because at the end of the day, it gives me room for growth.
Respect.
It gives me room to say, okay, I'm not here yet. There's certain people get there, and then they get with a certain style and a certain flow, and then they like, after a while, people like, all right, it's cool, but what else? So
Respect.
I always want to be in that spot where I can hear somebody give me constructive criticism, and then just take that and just use that as fuel into the next song.
Yo, that's very dope and mature of you. I like that. Go ahead.
Yeah. Right. With that being said, I mean, this next record I'm gonna send to you, I'm not beefing it up. I'm not doing all of that. It's on some chill shit. Pretty much bringing that old school vibe back with a little bit of touch of new school flavor, that Party record. So I'm gonna send it to Maine. Maine probably play it, at the end of the episode whenever he wants to.
Yeah, send that.
But I'm gonna throw it up, and then I'm gonna see how people feeling. If they're not feeling it, cool.
Send it now.
There's more motivation for me. I'm gonna just go back, and I'm gonna go back into that pen and pad and do what I do.
Willie B, I got a troll on the phone. Willie B, I got a troll on the phone. I want you to hold me. No, stay on the phone. Hold me down, because it's anytime somebody call private, it gotta be a troll. All right, somebody's get to show their identity. What's poppin', Slime?
This ain't no troll. This is Iron Man 245.
Why you calling up private, motherfucker? No,
that's right. Yeah. What's up? What up?
You have any questions? Any questions, bro?
Huh?
Thanks for calling. Any questions?
Yeah, no, man. I kept trying to ask you. I said, yo. I said, yo, what's... My wife was like, when we gonna pull up on Maine? We hit the number. We want to come up on the show. I said, Maine, don't answer. You got to send us some dough, which I ain't got right now.
Hey, man. This is the beauty.
And donations at the same time.
All right, check this out. Good question. I'm glad you asked that, Iron Man. And I wanted to ask you a question as well. But you see this thing that we got going on right now called Zoom? Zoom is a thing that anybody could literally be live on Behind the Bar. You don't have to literally come to my home and chop it up with me behind the bar. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to. You could it could work on your phone. All you gotta do is download the Zoom app. So anybody that ever wanted to come on Behind the Bar, even Willie B wanted to be live and I interview Willie B, right? All Willie B gotta do is download the Zoom app, and it's a free app. All he gotta do is do it, and it takes 2 minutes. To get on here, I send you a link to your email, and you come on here. This is how me and Docctv Cloud Chasers on here, side by side on the screen, chopping it up. There's no difference between him actually being physically here behind the bar or on the screen. This shit is just as good. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to come on the show, Iron Man 245, and chop it up with me, holla at me, man. I'm here.
My wife, she said she seen Prezi out there, so she said, "Why we ain't going?" She said, "Y'all been squashed that." So why we can't go? I said, I got to holler. I said, listen, but I got stuff because I got things going on in my personal life. That's why I deactivated my Instagram for a hot second because, I listen to my lawyers. Fuck that.
Respect. One more question before I let you go, because we got other people on the phone. One more question for Iron Man. How you feel about? You're a huge Lansky supporter. You're a huge Lansky supporter from day one. You like Lansky. You support Lansky. How do you feel about everything that's going on with him right now?
I think it's just messed up. I hope that I heard what you said. I hope that he do holler at you behind the scenes. It ain't got to be public. He should holler at you behind the scenes if he could squash that, because that's something he might want to get rid of.
It's
you
facts.
know what I mean?
Facts.
It ain't nothing you want to, it ain't about ego. You just got to get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, you can squash that.
I agree.
One thing about, once you put your name out there in this system, it stays. It ain't nothing. It's not a joke, because as you go on, your dudes is young. I'm an older cat. Once your name get in that system, you ain't getting it out. So if you just dead it like this. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Because I left Instagram, so I haven't really hollered at anybody. I had to get low myself. That's what I'm saying, because I got stuff going on too. The things I got going on is in my favor. So I'm just saying, but when it's like that, you got to just dead that shit, man. It's not worth it.
He's saying some real shit, yo. He's saying some real shit.
You can't. It's not a joke. Once that, especially in the system. I used to work security for Sirius Satellite, and this was years ago. And what's his name came up there from G Unit? Yayo. He got off the elevator. I said, "What's good?" He gets off the elevator. He said, "Look at this shit, yo. Look what they trying to do to me." He showed me he had the ankle bracelet on. So I said, "Nah." I said, "Listen." I said, "Y'all love Babylon. This is the system y'all love." He said, "Nah." I said, "Nah." I said, you know what I'm saying? I told him it's not worth. This shit ain't worth it. You know what I mean? You do not want to be messing with this system, especially when it's already against you.
Wow.
So when you go in there, multiply it by the times it's against you already, especially being a black man, and they ain't giving you no love. So if any way you can get out of it, get out of it. You know what I mean?
Well said. Yo, Iron Man, well said, man.
My life, I got, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that I was smart enough, you know what I'm saying, to at least stop and get to the point where you get caught. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know when to walk away from stuff, man.
Wow.
I just, that's my guy. I hope he holler at you and dead that.
Right.
Period.
Right. I'm trying to help the nigga out. You know what I mean? Well said, yo.
You know what I'm saying? So
wait, man, I got a question.
Go ahead, Willie B.
Yo, man, I got a question.
Go ahead.
What was the? That's what I was this week calling for. Like, what was the issue? I don't know. Like, was it you against Queenzflip? I don't know what was going on.
Issue with what? Break it down.
No, I'm saying like what Iron Man was just talking about. He was like,
no, Lansky got a case right now. Lansky has to go to court next week. You know what I'm saying? And I owe no loyalty to Lansky, so people call me, I'm snitching on I'm snitching on him. I mean, I have no loyalty to anybody. Like, I don't have to sit back and not discuss anything. I'm a neutral guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to help the nigga out. I'm blocked from him on Instagram. I can't reach out to him. I'm telling y'all in the live chat, shout out Brad Lee. I'm trying to tell y'all in the live chat to reach out to him, to tell him to reach out to me. Maybe I can help him out. So if you call me snitching, I don't care. I'm not. I keep trying to tell these people, keep calling me a snitch. Like, who are you? Who you guys are?
Ain't no snitching. He needs to holler at you and dead that shit.
Talk about it, man.
I mean,
get these people and go with. Listen, if I know I'm about to get into something that I know I'm gonna catch hell getting out of, and if I got somebody throwing me a lifeline, I'm taking that shit.
There you go.
But in all actuality, I mean, be honest, my thoughts on this, man, I think you did enough as far as everything. As far as like the whole interview and all of that, as far as extending the hand, you pretty much extended the hand before, because you kind of helped Lansky in the beginning to kind of like say like, all right, what I'm doing is unhealthy. What I'm doing is a little bit on the cuckoo side. So it's like you kind of helped them in the beginning realize that, okay, all right, this is not the angle I should be going for. I shouldn't be trying to contact Shorty. I shouldn't be trying to do all of this bozo shit. I should be focusing on the podcast, which is Stoned in Motion. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like I get what you were trying to do as far as a YouTuber standpoint. You know what I'm saying? And as far as any disrespect or on him anything or putting him on, he's a grown man. He's up there. So at the end of the day, he pretty much knows everything. But at the end of the day, you can't fall into that same trap that Shammy falls into. Which is Lansky needs help. Lansky needs this. Lansky needs that. Lansky needs an audience. You have to sit back and just let him learn and let him drive his own car. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. I mean, he's not a bad dude. But he could have sat back and just said, yo, fuck it, I'm not going to say nothing. Let him take the fall. That's a hard fall. So if someone, because you got people, everyone's not going to do that. And I know I had a lot of people in my life, I had to cut everybody off and say, fuck everybody. I roll with my wife. My wife got her friends. I told her at the end of the day, that's your people. But at the end of the day, I'm your husband. I'm just the one that's right here to say, I told you they wasn't worth shit if it goes south. And that's my stance on it.
Respect.
Maine could have easily just said, fuck that. I'm not going, I ain't got to. You know what I'm saying? I really respect that he wants to still help, even though, because the stuff they went through, I don't even see it as life or death. I don't really see it as much. You know what I mean? You could push that shit to the side, especially and just take the help and get out of whatever this shit is.
Respect.
You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, that could be it.
Hold on, Iron Man. Hold on, Iron Man. Death of a Cloud Chaser. What's your thoughts on this? Hold on, I think I got them all.
I didn't get that last part. What was it?
No, what you think about the Lansky case?
Like, as far as for what I heard.
Yeah, pretty much. What you think?
I think that it's quite interesting. You know, I got him in my prayers, man. Hopefully, he can come out of this, and whatever the case may be, you know, hopefully, this you know, make him start to look at things different.
Respect. All right, I got more phone calls, yo. Willie B, and Iron Man, I got a few more phone calls on the line. Thank y'all for calling, man. And Willie B, send me that track, Willie B.
Man, I'm out.
Send me that track.
I'm gonna holler at you. Great show, man.
Alright, thank you.
That track right now.
Already. All right. That was.
Let me say this, like, one thing I love about Mainedamilkman channel, how, you know what I'm saying, his people make songs and stuff for his show, man. If I can get y'all to do that for me, man, it's like, man, you know?
It's an amazing feeling, bro. I never thought I'd have any artist put my name in their music, and to have the Willie B's and the HB2Ns and the Champ TVs and the AKA Presents and you know, the people that's put my name in their music, man, it's very humbling. It feels good though. I ain't gonna lie. All right, I have my boy 713J holding for 15 minutes, and I got 912 on the phone. But let me answer my boy 713J first, and then 912. Give me 2 minutes. I got you. 713J, man, talk to me. What's poppin'?
What's going on, man? I just got to say this first. If Lansky doesn't respond in 48 hours, it's foot on next season.
Nah. Hold on. Let me stop you real quick. You know what I mean? I hear what you're saying, though. Let me stop you real quick. Hold on. I'm done keeping my foot on Lansky's neck. I'm done talking about all them people. Like, you know, like I said, we on the bigger and better things for 2020. If he doesn't respond, That's on him. That's his fault. And I mean, like homeboy said, you know, keep him in the prayers, and hopefully, you know, Lansky, you know, end up, you know, in Rikers Island for some other shit. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. I had nothing to do with that shit. You know what I mean? But yeah. Any questions for me or Death of a Cloud Chaser, bro? Like, as far as the interview's concerned? Cause
Yeah, definitely. And this for both of y'all. If this is your last interview and y'all had one person that you could interview, and it's your last interview, who would it be?
I'll go first. And if I could interview somebody, I would like to have it. I would like to have, and I'm gonna keep myself humble. I'm not gonna say the Jay-Z's and I wish I could interview Drake and Beyonce. That's cool. You know what I mean? I'm going to say I would like to interview Star live and direct on Behind the Bar. Star from Star and Buck Wild, come inside the studio, you know, behind the bar and take shots with me and just have like a blackout episode of just, you know what I mean, on some hater-thon type monkey shit. You know what I mean? That's all I would like. You know what I mean? I would humble myself and say Star. Go ahead, Death of a Clout Chaser.
I would probably go with Barack Obama. You know? Reason being is because like it's some things that I want to ask him personally that you know, that's like one of them interviews where I'll probably, like a lot of times when I do interviews, I try not to make it personal. But that'll be a personal interview for me. So that'll probably be one I'll try.
I like that. Hold on, 713J. Hold on.
Hey, you know,
hold on, 713. Oh, matter of fact, finish your sentence and go ahead. I'm gonna answer 912.
I was gonna say, with that being said on Barack Obama, how do you feel about how black people got Barack Obama in, and he didn't do a goddamn thing for black people? Until this day, he speaks on he doesn't speak on reparations, and he doesn't even speak on police brutality.
I definitely feel like, you know, it's similar to like the Nation of Islam. When the Nation of Islam was coming up, you know, they had some type of propaganda at first with a lot of hate. And, you know, when I was studying with them, I left the Nation of Islam because of some of the hate, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't with it. And, but with that being said, I also recognize that some things need to be done and some things need to be taking place. And even with that being said, we needed people in nations like the Nation of Islam to teach some of the youth. You know, even though the rhetoric might not be 100%, you know, gauged to what our likings would be, but at the same time, it made people become men. And, you know, and it's the same situation with what you just asked me.
Respect. Hey, yo, 912, what's poppin', Slime?
What's going on, man? You can hear me?
Loud and clear. Is this my boy, Psych L?
Yeah, this is Psych L, man. You know, I had to call in the show long, man. What's going on?
Yo, Psych L, let me tell you something, man. You had me cracking up just now on Star in the Morning. I'm the Star Report, nigga. You ain't shit.
Oh, man, I just be trying, let me hit the horn one time.
Yes, sir.
I just be trying to, just trying to stay live, man. I was wondering, man, what we going with the platform, man. I heard you breaking records last night, man. How y'all doing that?
Wasn't that cool, yo? That Snow Billy interview got over 1,000 views in less than 24 hours, and that's good for Behind the Bar. You know, Behind the Bar don't get them type of numbers in 24 hours. That shit was lit. It feels good, man. It definitely feels good, man. It feels good.
That was up. But no, man, my folks down here in the South, man, you know, they got a little record label, man. I wonder, man, if you want to break a record on it.
Man, I would love to, man. Come on now, baby. I'm trying to help people out. This platform is to help people out. So let me ask you a question, man. Out of all the music that we play on Behind the Bar, because you know I'm trying to break the body like Nicki video with AKA Presence. But what other songs on the platform that you think is, you know, has a chance to become a hit?
And I like the one from last night. I ain't gonna lie.
Hold on. Which one?
The Milkman, the realest. The realest. Playing the Milkman, the realest. I like that.
Oh, that's HB2N. That's HB2N.
Yeah, hey, man, I had to send in that truck, send in that money, man. Y'all truck me riding last night, man. I need that one, man.
You know what's funny? Us as truck drivers, man, I mean, it's only so much we could talk on the phone to our peoples, our family and friends. We rely on YouTubers and radio and all types of stuff to keep us entertained after doing damn near 14-hour shifts and shit like that. You know what I mean? So I do this for my truck drivers, man. I really do, man. I can relate to a truck driver because I'm a truck driver myself. And last night, like, content is so low on YouTube. Like, last night I was sitting there, I was forced to turn on the radio because I was like, damn, nothing's on YouTube and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I do this for people like my boy Psych L and any other trucker. My boy Al from Cali is also a trucker. I do this for the truck drivers out there. So if you're a truck driver out there rolling around, and you know what I mean, I definitely respect y'all, and I do this for y'all at the end of the day, you know, and it is what it is, you know. But yeah, man, shit is lit.
But I want to see though, you can break the record on here today though. folks. They got the little record label for the man. I want to see what the people.
So what I gotta do? What I gotta do? You gotta tell me what I gotta do. I don't know what to do.
I think that they got a little YouTube channel called Real Life Money Game. Just go to it and play it, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a technical person.
Okay. You said Real Life Money Game?
Real Life Money Game. Yeah, I Do You. That's the name of the song. I Do You. They got the video and all up for it. I just want to hear what the people think, you know?
Yo, man, I'm going to look them up, man. Never heard of them, but I'm definitely going to look them up, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, we up to coming. We out Savannah, Georgia. They up to coming. You going to hear about it. You know what I'm saying? They up to coming, man. They doing things, man. They doing things. But I like what y'all doing, man, up in the north, man. Y'all niggas, hey, all that Queenzflip stuff and all that stuff, man. I like your show better than all that.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. I still consider myself struggling because we're not at 2,000 subscribers yet. But coming from you, man, I definitely appreciate you saying that you enjoy my show, man. Thank you, man.
It'll get there, man. I'm going to go ahead and fall back and just listen in. I just have to say what's up, though.
Man, I appreciate you. And thank you for that donation earlier, man. I appreciate you.
All right, then.
All right.
Hey, man, I got one more question, bro.
Go ahead.
When it comes to roasting, who's got one up on Maine? Like, who beat Maine in a roast battle? I got somebody in mind, but I want to hear from you. Who actually beat you in roasting?
Who beat me in roasting? Who roast me? Name some people that roast me. Who came for me heavy and I don't know.
I think Stace got you, bro. I think.
Okay. Yeah. During that interrogation, that shit was funny. Good one. And you know what's funny? I gave her my props during that interview, during our interrogation. I said, "Yo, you actually are funny." You know what I mean? So
she is, bro. She is.
I would agree with you. I would absolutely agree with you. You know what I'm saying? I agree.
That's a bet. Well, shall we get on the phone that other people call?
Already, man.
Yeah, do your thing.
Respect. All right, Big Chuck. Big Chuck. What's good? I mean, if you done, let me know. You know what I'm saying? And I think you're doing a phenomenal job. Any more questions for me, man? If not, you know what I mean? Appreciate you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let me see. Like a good question that I was thinking somebody would have called.
You know what's funny? Hold on. I got a question via Cash App. My fault, bro. Cash App, he says, ask Death of a Cloud Chaser, what's his 5 main tracks? Let's go.
His 5 what?
What's your 5? You know what? I'm going to ask you anyway. He says, what's your... Hold on. Let me read this shit again. What's your top 5 tracks that we play on Behind the Bar?
Probably like right now, I'm liking that like song.
Oh, hit the likes. Yeah, that's my shit. Right, that shit tough. Go ahead.
You know, like that. It was something that AKA Prezi is like that you be playing a lot. It's the one you play the most. It got like cool little slow beat, and it's like something that they talking in the background.
Oh, okay. Like maybe AKA Prezi versus Jonathan. Maybe that.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I think it is.
Okay.
And it got a little him talking in the background low and stuff like that.
Right.
Like that one. And really, them the ones I can think of right now.
Right.
But them the ones I always, so I've managed to pop my head to.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Anybody out there, you know what I'm saying? Reach out to Death of a Cloud Chaser. If you're making music, all he wants you to do is, acknowledge his platform, shout him out in the song, and he'll play your, I'm assuming he's going to play your music on his platform. He just asked for it. You know what I'm saying? So
no doubt, man. I think that's dope to see people coming together like that. And that definitely is a way to, get your music heard and, just like, man, like that like song, that's like his intro right now. I'm loving that, you know what I'm saying? Because it makes sense. It gives a person a reason to like it and to like the content. So, if there's somebody out there who got something like that for me, you know what I'm saying? Definitely, man, hit me up.
And feel free, like music that we play on Behind the Bar, don't feel as though if you play, I played, and I know you and AK Prezi go back and forth with y'all thing. I don't think it's that serious, but like anybody music that you like on the platform, Willie B or Champ TV, if you want to incorporate that in your platform, feel free. I'm not going to feel no type of way. This platform is to get people exposure. As people know, I'm not a record label or a manager or somebody in the music industry. So my platform is just to give people, or the cons and models, my platform is just give people the eyes and the ears so that somebody else that knows what to do with them may be able to do some business with them. And that's period. So you with your 6,000-7,000 subscribers that you got going on right now, maybe one of your subscribers might know what to do with the artist to get them to the bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fact. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that type of stuff, you never know who's listening because, like, you know, like it's like don't even have that many subscribers, but sometimes they post my content on websites like XXL, Capital Extra, and I'm like, how is that possible? But that's because you never know who's paying attention.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts. Shout out to Jack Cam inside the live chat. I played his music yesterday. His music was a vibe to me, so shout out to Jack Cam. I see you, baby. Salute. But yeah, go ahead, man. If you have anything else, then let me know, man.
Like far as like with the drinks, like you know, I don't know if people have asked you this before, but when you be drinking on the show, are you really drinking or is it like a mixture or something?
I'm glad you asked that question, man. I think people are just playing with me sometimes that they ask me that question. If you watch my show in the entirety, there's the other day, what the hell is that? The Hennessy right here. The Hennessy, I actually opened it. I opened the Hennessy in front of the camera. I peeled it open, everything, and I popped it open. Then I took the shot and showed people what it is. On my New Year's Eve episode, I took the bottle of champagne. I opened it up and I popped it and I poured it in my wife's mouth. I poured it in my mouth. I got the Coronas right there. I put it in front of the camera to let people know, look, this is a fresh Corona right here. Let me pop the bottle in front of you niggas and let it know. One thing about me, I don't want to be fraudulent on Behind the Bar. So I'm not going to say names because my homeboy told me stop dissing people that's bigger than me because I might do business with them in the future. But there's other platforms that incorporate, you know, drinking in their shows. And I feel as though the host don't drink, but they will feed the drinks to their guests. So I think like the host will fake drink as you would, you know, and make the guests get drunk and spill the beans and say crazy shit for views. You know what I'm saying? So as far as to answer your question, no. If I was to ever have any live guests here in the studios, they could test it themselves and know that for a fact. On Behind the Bar, people literally said that my bar is a green screen. They'll tell you, nah, he's not really behind the bar. All that liquor behind them is a green screen and some type of virtual reality 3D bullshit going on. But this is a real homemade, built-in, full-fledged bar. Like, this is not a game over here on Behind the Bar. Behind the Bar is literally a bar, period.
Yeah, no doubt. And like another question, like far as, you know, you've been, you know, the king of receipts right now. And, you know, when people got receipts on Maine, I peep how you respond to certain individuals and you don't respond to certain individuals. So who do you actually pick to respond to? Is it something that they got to say or?
I don't know if I could, maybe you could correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody that ever responded to me, if anybody ever responded to me, I responded back to them. I don't think I wasn't afraid of anybody who responded. Only thing is, once I respond to you, it makes no sense of me keep going back and forth. I said what I said. You said what you said. Now it's on. I don't want to be stuck in a box or be, you know, repetitious with what I'm doing. Like, imagine me and you going back and forth, right? And we going back and forth for 6 months. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Now it's time for us to put the gloves on and do some type of boxing match and get it off our chest. You know what I'm saying? What's the point of people going back and forth with each other online for months and months at a time? But if you could correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't backed down to anybody online, period.
Dope. No, I just seen like maybe you responded to it you know, I don't know, it was like I think I seen somebody with like maybe 5 views, and it's sometimes it just be different videos popping up. You know, a lot of times I don't even see, like I seen a dude who did a thing when I did that Lansky interview. Mm-hmm. It was a dude who did like basically played the interview and did a side by side, like what I should have asked Lansky. I didn't see it until like maybe 2 weeks ago. You feel me?
Oh, okay. And there's a way online. There's a way online to look through the filters and sort out your name. So if anybody has, you know, your name inside of their title or inside of their description, that you could find it. You know what I mean? And I look for that at least once a week. I go in there to see if anybody, you know, talking crazy about me. But I haven't seen anything really like that. I honestly haven't seen a video that somebody coming at Mainedamilkman and dissing him, you know, and I haven't seen it, you know. And if they diss me, the ones that I seen, I definitely responded. You know what I mean?
Dope, man. I definitely appreciate you, man, giving us this opportunity to interview you. You know, we definitely got some insight on Mainedamilkman growing up. You know, and matter of fact, I did miss something, and I should have went back to it. And it's probably gonna sound crazy, but I'm gonna have to hit it. Like when you was growing up, with your, you know, we talked about the OGs and different people. Like, what was some of the advice that your father gave you, you know, when you was younger that you like stuck to?
It's not who you love, it's who loves you. I repeat, it's not who you love, it's who loves you. And that's a saying that his mother passed on to him, and he passed it on to me. And it pretty much is self-explanatory. So you can have a girl. Let's use, I don't want to use him as an example. Fuck it, I'm not going to use him. Let's just use me for an example. Suppose I love my wife, right? I love her so much. I do anything for her, man. That's my baby. I love her to death. But she don't love me back. The relationship would never work because she don't love you. You only love her. Love is a two-way street, and that's the problem with people. They fall in love with people that don't love them back. So in a nutshell, I'm going to repeat the saying that my father told me and his mother told him. It's not who you love, it's who loves you. And that's it.
No, that was dope, man. So that actually worked out because I liked how you ended that, man. But it's been a pleasure, man. It's definitely Cloud Chaser TV, man. Y'all definitely can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and as well as Mainedamilkman.
Hold on, we got one more call. You gotta go right now, bro? You gotta go?
No, I'm right here.
All right, we got one more call. I don't know what you got to say. And I apologize. I didn't see you. You've been hanging off. It's almost 7 minutes now. And hold on. Before I say, first and foremost, I got a Cash App donation. Salute to Al, Kazi, and Scott. He says, keep killing shampoo and Lansky. Damn, Scott. Scott, no. Scott, no. Okay. 973, what's poppin', Slime?
No, I first want to say what's up, man. Appreciate you bringing us the content. Big shout out to Docctv TV. Death, man, you have been absolutely doing your thing. We're very proud to follow you. This connection here. I do have a question though, man. Well, first, let me, if I can slide this one to Death first. Death, every time I see you, I hear you, highly professional, never emotional. Are you skilled or trained in media professionally, like through school or anything? Or is this just a natural thing for you?
I would say it's kind of natural, but I can't, you know, disregard that, you know, I'm a fan just like everyone else. So I watch interviews, I read comments. So, you know, I pay attention.
There you go. Main, same for you.
What's your name? What's your name, bro? What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
So you just let your energy go, and I have ADHD as well. So when you get to an adult level, you just get in front of the camera and just let go. And that's what you do a great job of, man, and that's what I come back for. My only question, well, let me let you respond to that, man. Are you professionally trained or like I said, is my what I'm seeing accurate? You just got ADHD and you let it go.
What's your name?
My name is Brad. You see me? Let me tell you something. I'm old. I'm 48 years old. Black man, college educated. So I don't know how to I don't know how to troll. I literally use, my name is Brad Leak.
So you call me, wait. So Brad Leak, you just call me a snitch in there. You feel as though by me trying to get Lansky to reach out to me to maybe talk to Nala and maybe help him out so she could drop the case. You call me snitching, right?
So that was going to be one of my topics. So you just spoke to Lansky's case, which we knew nothing about, right? I don't know if he's mentioned it. Is the information that you have on Lansky's case, does that come from Nala or did you get that through public information?
I got it from Nala.
That's snitching, man.
I don't care.
Snitching.
I don't care about the snitching thing because Nala told me I could talk about it. So I don't care about the rules of snitching. I don't play by those rules.
But okay, but then if you don't care about the rules, then you can't get upset with me saying that's borderline snitching.
Okay,
because if you know the rules and you chose to go that lane, then you can't say I'm hating or being unrealistic with that response. Listen, Lansky.
Hold on. So let me ask you a question. If I walk outside my house right now, and somebody robbed me, right? And I identify him to the police that he robbed me, right? And mind you, I'm not in the streets. Am I snitching?
Oh no, let me tell you something. The fact that Freaky Zeke was in his own car, minding his business, and some dudes came and bumped him and asked him to go around the corner, and he later told the police he had on a green shirt, I don't believe that's snitching.
Okay.
People are saying he snitched because he's a street dude. Okay, I'm a street dude with other street dudes, but if I'm in the street and I'm minding my business and some dudes run up on me and want to shoot me in broad daylight or in front of every camera post 9/11 in New York City and they're going to say I snitched? Oh no, you're just not a smart criminal.
Respect. Okay.
So, but we got to stick to the topic at hand.
I respect.
You brought up Lansky's situation into the air, which none of us knew about. Without you and without your connection to Nala, which was brilliant. You connected to Nala with all that you're doing with the after show. And by the way, I fell in love with Mainedamilkman on the after show. Because I would sit there and watch. I mean, come on, man. What Flip had going with the callers, oh my goodness!
Right.
Sit there and watch these people, this dysfunction, live, real time, bro. Everybody loves a good.
I gotta ask you a question, bro. Hold on.
And then they get mad, and the next day be talking. But it just felt like a never-ending soap opera for about 5 or 6 months.
Yo, I'm itching right now.
And that's what I said.
I'm itching right now to ask you a question, right? So here I am, right? A man that's trying to break out into media and bring the news and bring this and bring that, right? So when you listen to the radio, right, you're watching Sways and you're watching the Stars and you're watching the Charlemagne the Gods and Angela Yee's and all those people that bring the news as far as celebrity gossip is concerned, right? They tell about who cheating on who fought who snitching on who this, that, and the third, right? And you look at them as snitching because they're doing their job as a quote-unquote radio personality, right? So here I am because you see me in the basement of my house doing my thing and me trying to break out into that type of industry, right? You're telling me that if I have some exclusive information that I should keep it to myself as being somebody that, shout out to Queenzflip that made up the word that is a mediaologist, right? I should keep that information to myself and don't tell the people what's going on, right? Me and Lansky aren't friends.
I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off. Keep going.
Dad, I'm sorry. Last thing I said was me and Lansky aren't friends. I don't owe nothing to him. I'm doing my job as bringing the news, but you're telling me to keep that to myself as a quote-unquote...
No, I didn't say... No. I promise you I'm not telling you to keep it to yourself. I just need you to accept what it is, right? For what it is, right?
Okay.
So
I'm
let's just go back to the Charlemagne the God reference you use. I'm almost sure 99% of the time when they report something, it's already hit the news because they want to stay away from that. Because remember back in the day how Wendy Williams used to break, right? Because he was Star. So we all start from Star. I come from Star. I was 22 years old, graduated from college, ride in New York City and listen to this guy in the morning like, oh my God, I can't get enough of this. I can't get out the car and go to work, right? That's how bad it used to be listening to Star on the radio. But we all come from Star. Star looks up to Wendy Williams. That's whose cloth he's cut from, right? Wendy would break who's the gay rapper, right? She would say, I have receipts. I can't share my receipts, right? People wanted to kill Wendy for that. Now people stay away from that, and they just report what's already in the news. There's nothing Charlemagne, Angela Yee, these people are reporting that's not already public information.
Well, I'm glad you said that.
The question I asked you is, did you get that from Lansky on public information? Because then that's your receipt. If you get it from Nala, it's inside source. And Nala, and you got to be careful because you know scorned women. Scorned women do crazy things. And I don't know how much Lansky and Nala loved each other, good, bad, or indifferent, none of my business. But you got to be careful that scorned women do. She's acting like a scorned woman. Even though she says she's not, she's acting like one.
So you telling me if I don't bring the exclusive, so like TMZ, right? TMZ will run up on a motherfucker on camera and expose them, right? Shout out to Tasha K. Tasha K has the exclusive in-source about people that's reaching out to her that's trying to expose these people. So I'm trying to be on that type of level. I don't want to get my source. I want to be the person to break the news. You know what I mean? So if I broke the news... You know what I mean?
Man, you have that lane. But just know. Go ahead, you got to take your other call?
Hold on. Matter of fact, I got a personal phone call. Hold on.
Go ahead.
All right, my fault, bro.
I go say to all I'm saying is then accept that. For that's gonna be your lane. I'm gonna be exposing cats, but you gotta know the energy that's gonna come back. That's all.
Respect.
As long as you can handle it.
I love the conversation. I love what you just said. You said something that's really sparked something in my brain just now, and that was dope, man. But let me answer your question. You asked me. No, I didn't go to school for this. I don't know about no ADHD. I never been diagnosed with any of that type of shit. But I just learned from watching others like the stars and you know everybody else that do what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? And that is what it is.
So you don't subscribe to the theory of ADHD? Because you do know some people don't need a line. I mean, they could just generate energy. They could just generate energy. It's not normal. And you got that. And that's why when you see, look at the real good YouTubers. They sitting here talking to a screen. How do they maintain their own energy? It's something inside of them that drives them something special.
Wow.
And what I see that's why I had to say to DTCCTV, to Death, how do you do it? Because you stay so laid back, yet you continue to hit the points. You keep the energy. So it just looks like, I'm wondering if he was trained. That's why I asked, was he trained and you more just go on your, what you call, off the energy?
Right. Yeah, I'm just being myself at the end of the day. Yep.
And I love it. I love it, man.
Respect.
I love it.
Respect.
And I bet if we met in a room, if the two of us, I'm telling you, I'm hyper like you. Me and you, when we bounce it off the wall, we look over at Death, he'd just be sitting in the corner with Would I be right if I said that, Death?
I agree with that.
You right.
I'm telling you, if you know human nature, you can watch people on the internet, you know who they are. You really do. And I'm 48 years old, so this internet thing is like the craziest thing. I know I can turn on YouTube, catch people going live. This is like, it's like culture shock for old folks. But man, to know that you guys, you got a product and you can get it directly to the streets without going through a record label, without going through distribution. Y'all can put your product together, package it, and put it right to the streets. I'm so proud of you guys, man. Y'all got me y'all got my attention.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, bro.
All right, good luck to you. But I had to call in. I definitely wanted to talk about the Lansky piece. Lansky needs to get his act together, man. I just don't want to make sure that we're not. I just want to make sure we're not pushing black men to jail. You know what I mean? I just want to make sure that we're not.
And if you notice what I'm saying, I said have him holler at me so we could talk, and maybe I could holler at Nala.
I heard you.
Okay. As long as you understand, that I'm trying to save this nigga. As long as you understand that we and you got a good rapport, man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. But you know Lansky's response, right? So when you're dealing in business, right, you want to try to manage the expectations. You already know how Lansky's going to respond to this.
Right. I know, but at least I reached out and tried to help. But all right, man, appreciate your phone call. I got to go upstairs for a minute. Give me a 5-minute break. I'm about to play Willie B new song called Party, and I'm gonna go upstairs. Give me 5 minutes. I need 5 minutes, yo.
Yo, so what y'all think of that, man? That was pretty dope, right? You know what I mean? That was pretty dope. How y'all like that, man? Y'all still in here? Was it decent? Was it cool? It was a good vibe, right? It was a lot of different energy in that episode, which was great. You know, makes good content. So, you know, so we definitely salute Mainedamilkman. And the callers that called in. Yeah, respect Brad Leak. Yeah, he was just the brother that was just on the phone. Yeah, no doubt, brother, no doubt. No, that was definitely a perspective in the way you came. You know, we didn't yell. We wasn't angry. You know what I mean? It was more on the lines of just putting out some positive energy, but at the same time, like, everyone has an opinion, but the lines are open. So, boom, let me give you mine. You feel me? So that was definitely respectful. Yeah, no doubt. Cause some people got, you know, just like he gave us his perspective. He, you know, now we can understand why he moved like that, or you know what I mean, or any person we interview. That's what I try to do at Death for the Cloud Chaser TV is like make it so that you know, when we breaking down these interviews with these people, it's some type you leave with like, oh, okay, now I understand. Man, the Milkman was a class clown when he was growing up. Oh, he always been joking on people. You feel me? Oh, that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense. And people like that, I wouldn't consider them trolls. You know what I mean? Because it's just part of their makeup. That's who they are. You know what I'm saying? Before it was even a word troll, or you know what I'm saying, people was doing this in their classroom. You know what I'm saying? We weren't calling them really trolls. We was just like, he's a class clown, or man, bro, comedian. You know what I mean? And you know, it's just dope. Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of elements involved. And we try to just, you know, we try to highlight some of them joints. Then like even when we broke down, did he have any OGs or whatever, or anyone he looked up to besides his pops? You know, he explained that it was more so family. You know, it was still family in house, you know. And a lot of people gotta understand that. You know, before, like back in the day, before they were saying that females was whores and all this for having multiple kids, over 2 kids, before they painted that narrative, back when people used to have 5 kids, and 9 kids, and 10 kids, you know what I mean? Like, when you came and attacked them, y'all was going at their family. You know what I'm saying? It was a different feeling back in the day, you know, and it made sense. You know, it's blood. But, you know, because of the propaganda and because of the way the media got it portrayed, is that if you got that many kids, you know, you a certain type of female, or, you know what I mean, or a certain type of dude even, you know? You sell rap music, don't rob someone rob. What was that? Yeah. You don't rob if someone is snitching, identifying them. You identifying them. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, you know, it's a perspective, you know. It's definitely a narrative, man. Y'all get in the comments and let me know how y'all feel, man. It's been a pleasure, man. It's definitely the Cloud Chaser TV. We back up in this